if she breaks off into a me, I tangent, I will go in this hallway and do 5 push-ups and then come back. That's how I'm so willing. I did it on camera. I will go do 5 push-ups and come back, bro. Just off of the strength of this.
The goodness, the depth, the width, and the depth of every person in that room. And I got a chance to see, wow, like 30 years ago, that was me. And what a beautiful journey that is to start there. But how...
Gosh! Count them out. 2, 3, 4, 5. What's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here. My lovely wife, it's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
We are live with twitch.tv/thekitez. Remember, Twitch sees it first, and we got some stuff to do today.
Yep.
So first things first, we got Meet2Marry, part 2 of the reunion. And I guess this is the one where it hit the fan. And I'm here for it, because I'm a messy dude. You understand? I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man.
No.
All right, flock. I'm going to put the link so y'all can go in there.
Show love.
Show some love. Oh,
I know
Lord.
you lying.
I got to log in. I can't even use the stream. Okay. I can't type in there. I'm going to have to type in there. Boom. See, I told y'all.
Oh, well. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to it, man.
You lying.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for things that you live. Let's do it.
And we're back. Part 2 of our Meet2Marry reunion.
Like, okay, well, if my
Hold on, man.
I gotta sit up.
my voice doesn't matter, then I don't really care. Live life long enough to either be the hero, keep living, you become the
The
victim.
most egregious thing, because we wiped everything, I don't have none of my utilities and stuff like that. We lost the volume booster, man. Volume booster gone.
An extension, we can get it back.
So y'all gonna have to just thug it like a ruggy.
There are going to be days where sometimes your baggage comes through the door.
Drama.
I had feelings for Marcus at one point.
Suspense.
This was a feeling that you had where you felt unsafe, that you have the right to move out of that.
Love.
Tell us, did Zanathan meet your expectations?
He actually exceeded them.
Get your family ready, because this is a reunion you do not want to miss.
And with
I'm
that,
here for it.
we're done.
Handmade Zen with the sub.
And we are back here with our lovely couples. Good to see you guys looking good. Look at y'all. Okay, y'all here. We do have an empty space here, and that is because Sandy and Antoine actually declined to come. And we respect their decision. And Sandy did also feel a bit apprehensive due to her huge backlash from viewers, some of which became threatening. And we here at Meet2Marry do not condone violence of any kind. And we truly...
Y'all out here threatening people over a TV show?
I mean,
Is everybody cool?
They do it for less, man. They do it for less.
Come on, man.
Hey, good job, G-Spice.
wish the best for Sandy and Antoine. So we're going to switch gears and talk to this lovely couple to my left, the fairy tale of it all, Mr. Zanathan and Miss Leah. So it seemed like a fairy tale with you guys, and you actually were voted as the viewers' favorite couple. Give a little round of applause for that. Real cute. And Aaliyah, you and Zanathan went on a date to the escape room, and it looked like spark were literally flying off the screen. Can you tell us, did Zanathan meet your expectations?
He actually exceeded them. For me, I definitely look for compatibility, a good balance. I look for someone who can like do the banter back and forth with me. And I think that experience definitely showed that to be true with him. I feel like we work well together as well. So I feel like we got a chance to be goofy outside of just, talking and getting to know each other. It was a moment for us to express our personalities in a more fun, stressful situation.
Okay. In an escape room, you're going to definitely learn how to problem solve. And that's a big component of any healthy relationship. Do you feel, Zanathan, that you guys were able to work well together on solving some of the problems and get out the escape room?
I feel like we learned how to work together, like how that will work in probably not all real life situations, but just like a brief outlook on what that would look like. It's very helpful.
And as we can see, you are this super calm, even keel Southern gentleman. And definitely we received a lot of positive feedback from our viewers. Do you feel like Aaliyah was your perfect choice?
I think they was a perfect match because honestly, they just complement each other so well. He carries himself chef's kiss perfect.
Yeah.
And she one thing I can give her a super big compliment for throughout the whole show is constantly her evolving as a woman to become something, to become a wife, to the point where like she's so reflectant of herself that if she feels like she does something wrong, she's correcting herself immediately. And that's a great quality. We haven't got much footage from him per se, but it seems like he's just happy to be there.
Definitely. I think she meets my personality very well during all of those calm moments. And then just when I peek off and being silly and goofy, I have somebody to match that.
That's awesome. And you also shared with us that you are a father. And did Aaliyah meet your daughter?
Yes, she did.
How old's your daughter?
She's a sweetheart. She's definitely a cutie patootie. It went well. She's really young, but she was eager to play. So.
Okay, well, that is wonderful. And you both obviously chose each other. What went through your minds during that moment on decision day?
I could say, like, for me, everything that I said in that moment was true. I was very honest with him in that moment. But even after, like, everything was said and done, like, what I experienced in that moment was definitely, like, a mixture of emotions. I think definitely stepping into a new relationship after, you know, taking some time from, like, commitment for a few years and just, you know, realizing, like, oh, I have to do it. I'm trying to do it. Like, it wasn't necessarily a moment to say, like, yeah, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but it was definitely, like, we acknowledged that we wanted to continue seeing each other. And I feel like getting that verbal acknowledgement and, like, having, like, that intimate, like, one-on-one moment was, like, I don't know, I think it gonna solidify things for me, like, just knowing that it's okay, like, I can be safe here. And I think I said that too, like, you taught me what it feels like to be safe again. So
that is wonderful.
Get you a girl that talk about you the way she talk about him. Facts.
But even I like what she said, even though this was the experience that they had, because the intent is meet to marry, right? Despite them going through this whole experience together, they're not saying that they're boyfriend and girlfriend as of yet, because just because you go through something on the internet and you go through something such as this or pop the balloon doesn't automatically make you guys a couple. It doesn't automatically make you guys boyfriend and girlfriend, but it's the intent behind it. That's where we're headed. That's where we're going to even surpass boyfriend and girlfriend to soon be husband and wife, God willing. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I like that.
Beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, it was poetic. I was just like stuck on the screen, like, oh my God. This is beautiful. I had to get the tissue paper and everything. So Nathan, what was going through your mind on decision day?
Definitely just like some fear, stepping into something new, unfamiliar territory, but trying it though.
Do you feel like your heart is open?
Whoa, what? Bizzle, what? I'm tired of being the side piece. You
what?
Nope. Nobody's forcing you to be that, gang. You can you can leave. You can leave whenever you're ready, King. Just know that. Whenever you're ready, you can leave, King. You ain't gotta be that side piece no more. It's time for you to be main character.
You ain't gotta be the biscuit. You could be the main course. You could be the chicken.
Y'all.
You ain't gotta be.
You don't gotta settle being sides no more. You can be the steak. Let me tell you, nephew. You ain't gotta settle down.
Yeah.
And dessert.
All right. Well, we're gonna shift gears and talk to this beautiful couple on your left, Aaliyah, Mr. Rasheen, and Miss Tamara.
Wait, what? What the NBC? You the first one in the file because you just thought she was gonna say some dumb crap. Because what? No, ain't you 19? Hold on, man. Because what? What'd he say? What'd he say? In my mind. I'm tired of being just taken to Nobu. I want to go to the movies. Excuse me, some people not even getting a Nobu date.
Nobu was taking you to the movie 3 times over.
Nobu don't have a kiddie section. Oh, dang, Bell.
Oh my gosh. Go, get Valencia.
So Tamara, honey.
Valencia sass. I needed it. I needed it. I needed it.
She said put Valencia in the vault.
Yes, I needed it, bro. I literally just said I missed it.
There you go, man.
There you go.
I'm Mochi. Valencia is the second person in the vault. Yes, sir, man.
Hey, Mochi.
Yes, sir. There it is.
She
man.
said, wait, clean slate. That was a clean slate. That was a new beginning.
That first date left a lot of viewers in the comments thinking, who is going to save Tamara? How did you feel about that first date, Grace?
I have to admit, it was quite interesting. It will probably be on my list of one of my more interesting dates I've ever gone on. I felt like I was playing defense a lot of the time, trying to really steer the conversation. I tend to be I'm not serious a lot of the time, to be transparent. I'm a very happy, kind of jovial person, but Rasheen is very, very jokey. Like everything is a joke. So it was very difficult to kind of have a full conversation when I couldn't get a real.
Dang, he looked like he charging up. I'm finna hoe.
Bro, stop.
I'm finna hoe.
He's listening. He's listening.
I can't wait for my turn.
Response. So, yeah, it was. I went home and took a real good nap because I had worked hard.
Girl.
And Rasheem, after your first therapy session, how did you feel about a possible
Mochi bite
future
with the
with
sip.
Tamara?
Hey.
You uncovered a lot of things with Quest. How did you feel about embarking on a relationship journey with Tamara?
Don't do it, brother.
She wasn't there, so that's what that journey was gonna look like.
Well, caveat. I was hoping we would come to this part. I was not there. That day, I actually got a chance to. I was on my way to the taping, and a tractor trailer hit me. And I was in the ambulance, and I actually, before I was taken to the hospital, and it was pretty serious, I actually called the production and said, please get my condolences. I'm not able to be there. This is why. And I even sent Rasheen a message. I did that before even going to the hospital. So that's how it was.
Wait. You can't, big dog. You can't shake your head to that. She was in the hospital. Wait, what? Like, why is that a, man, it's excuses to me.
No, first of all, the fact that him and the show was first priority as opposed to herself. Come on now. You gotta give a little grace, man. She didn't do nothing wrong. She got hit. What happened? What'd I do? What?
Who's that pointed at?
Me?
Pretty important for me that they knew what was going on. That I just wouldn't just not show up. It's not in my character to do that. I'm just not that kind of person. And I remember even in the ambulance, they're like, can you please take your phone? I'm like, no, not until I know they got this response. So it was important for me to know that. So I didn't ditch the counseling session. It was very important for me to be there. I understood that. But once a truck hits you, you probably need to protect your body and get to the hospital first. So that's what I did.
And so I wasn't privy to that till after the situation.
So when you say after, do you mean
I didn't know about any of that
later?
I didn't know about that till after we were done with everything.
Oh.
Yeah, but then,
So why still hold it against her?
Yeah, if you still got the information, then why are you sitting there trying to bring it to the table like it was a violation on her part? She can't control the fact that the truck hit her.
Yeah, she can't control that at all. What, you want her to do a tell-in counseling call with you while she in the hospital?
Like, what was the point of bringing it up?
Oh, okay.
So I went to the therapy center. Like, she ain't here now.
So did you feel at that point closed to the opportunity or the possibility of having a relationship with Tamara?
Before I found out,
Yeah.
sort of, yeah, because I knew there was some apprehension that she had in regards to things that I said during the first part of the process. So yeah, so I did have some apprehension to it because I'm like, okay, maybe this is. And then I found out later that's what took place, and I think we communicated over the next couple of days. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it started in a week or two before I could even get back on my feet, back even tape with you guys. I was pretty banged up. It was.
I think we texted though, didn't we? Yeah, I think we texted.
Serious situation. I mean, the truck hit me and I flipped 4 times. So,
Oh my god!
and I still text everybody. So kudos to me. I did try. You know what I mean? I'm a person of my word. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. I'm going to honor my obligations.
Respect.
Regardless of how it looked in the very beginning or how the date went, I was going to go full all the way through. I believe in giving grace. And I want to hear a whole story. I want to give an opportunity for not only to be heard, but to hear the other person as well. Because maybe somewhere along the lines, we could come to some sort of crossroads. That was a thought process I had. I'm not one to discount people out unless...
He's already in a state where he's ready to argue. Like you can notice things off of people's posture. He's like this.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like
he's not hearing anything that she's saying. And what I don't like about this is when D asked the question, how did you feel about the counseling and so on and so forth?
He just immediately deflected it.
He went into, well, she wasn't there, but you knew why she wasn't there. So why didn't you tell or say to the audience or give a fair response? She wasn't there. Although it hurt me or I felt some type of way, I understood why, because she was in an accident.
Yeah, it's because he tried to use that as a talking point of like counseling would have been great if she would have been there.
Exactly.
Like he tried to use it, but then it's like, yeah, she was flipping through the air. By the way, like there was nothing she could do. Like, come on, gang.
You discount you. You have to do something pretty egregious for me to discount you. So I'm sorry that's how you saw that at the time.
So do you feel like he somewhat disqualified himself, or do you feel like you disqualified him based on the situation?
I feel like with me, you have to disqualify yourself because I literally am not going to put you in a situation where I disqualify you. Who am I to disqualify you? You are your biggest credential. You are the one who shows the world and other people who you are. So once you show me who you are, I do believe you. And a person of my caliber, if I'm not someplace I say I'm going to be, you gotta know. You have to know. There's a reason why I wouldn't be there. You could meet me for 10 minutes to know that. As this show probably airs, there'll be people all over the city and back at home who will say, wait a minute now. Tamara's probably one of the most, one of the sweetest people you ever meet, number one. She does what she says she's going to do. She goes out of her way for everybody. So the fact that even when I didn't show up, he immediately was like, well, that's that. Tells me right then you didn't even see the minimal value that I bring, more or less the maximum. And that's okay.
They said, all right, buddy, we get it. Lady, we don't know you. Champagne. I'm giving her grace, man. She went through something traumatic. I'm giving her grace.
Yeah.
But that tells me that the right decisions were made.
I don't think it's a value assessment. I think it's more so the information I was told prior. Then that happened. And then I find out the additional information later, right? So that changes your perspective a little bit. But in that interim, your perspective is still what your perspective is.
Okay.
And your perspective is reality. We didn't know each other other than the beginning of the process. So I don't know much about who you are, or whom you are, and what other people would think of you at that particular time, right? So
if you spent less time joking, you would probably.
I'm not one that gives grace.
Oh.
I go through therapy, having conversations about that, but I'm very much so say things on the surface. If you say you're gonna do something, we'll do it, no matter what it is, no matter what.
That makes no sense.
Here's where you lose me, because then why are you quoting the Bible? Why did you quote the Bible that whole last video? you was quoting scripture after scripture after scripture, but then you say the thing that is like so contradicting to what you just quoted.
Yes.
Because you can't quote the Bible and then say a statement of, I don't give grace. The Bible is about how we don't deserve grace and God gives us grace. That doesn't make sense. So it's like, here's where he's blowing minds. Because I can see his perspective of him saying, in that moment, how I felt with the information I had, this was my perspective, which is 100% fair. Because he didn't know she was in an accident at that moment. He just thought she didn't show up and he thought she felt a type of way. That was his reality at that moment. After he got out of the therapy session, he said his perspective changed because he found out what really happened, which is 100% human nature. But where you lose it is the fact that you immediately brung it here and you framed it as if she did something wrong. But reality was she was hurt. Then you're giving this whole spiel about not giving grace. It's like you're making yourself unlikable when in reality you could have just said, I went to the session, this is how I felt, but knowing that she was hurt, it changed my mind. And you could have left it there. I don't know why we have to do it like this prideful, like, I'm standing on business. If you gonna beat her, beat her. It's like, bro, if I get shot and I'm in the hospital in GTA, I'm not finna be at your daughter's graduation ceremony. I'm in the hospital. Like, what? What was you finna say?
I was gonna ask, but did his perspective really change after finding out the information?
No, because the fact that
it up here.
Yes, so that just tells us he thought about it, but he still stood on it.
And if he would have known sooner, would it still have changed his perspective? Probably not. If they would have told him in the middle of taping, hey, Tamara just got into a car accident, that's why she's not here, I feel like he would still probably hold it against her.
Was the accident even true though? I mean, I'm pretty sure if the producers and even him himself can say that she was out for 2 weeks and she couldn't walk for 2 weeks, that's grounds to at least say that it's easy to believe it did happen. I don't know. That's a HIPAA violation for me to even go through her medical records and see if it happened.
Yeah, it's not that. It should never be taken that serious.
But if the producers and him all had this information and he had been following up with her, communicating with her while she was out, and then the producers had to wait for her to be able to walk before they could stow, I can assume that the producers checked on her at some point.
Yeah.
Really want to be there, right? So when I knew there was apprehension, when I knew that was going on, before I knew about the accident, I took it a certain type of way. I'm like, okay, well, that is what it is. I'll go ahead and do what I got to do and keep it pushing. And that may have led into that first date, but I don't know. Again, I did reach out to her, I think over the course of a few days to make sure she was okay. I think I asked if you needed anything, if she ever needed anything, because that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
But again, going into it, I didn't know that. And I didn't know the type of person she was going into that either. Knowing that information obviously changed my perspective on her. It changed the reason why I went on the date. It also changed the reason why I kept reaching out to her to make sure she was okay, make sure she needed anything. So.
And I mean, I think you guys can all attest, like, during this process, you're literally learning the person from jump.
Yes.
So to either you're coming into it with your own standard. It's your base level. This is what I go for. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And then you're experiencing another person and it's like, whoa, it could be whoa in a good way, or it could be whoa in a not so good way. So, but that being said, we're going to shift to Mr. Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
Big Marcus, but you call yourself, or people call you, because you said it. I remember you said it. And then Miss Kendra.
Here we go.
So, Marcus, you got pretty vulnerable about your last relationship in your therapy session. Did you feel like Kendra was a safe place for your heart?
At that moment, yeah. I think for me, I always allow myself to be open with people regardless.
The facial expressions is flooring me.
She hold him already. That's that. Yeah. In my mind. She hold him.
As soon as Marcus opens his mouth, just watch Kendra, bro.
Did you feel like Kendra was a safe place for your heart?
At that moment, yeah. I think for me, I always allow myself to be open with people regardless, even new folks, right? So with Kendra at that moment during the therapy session, I felt okay to share that because that's my story. That's who I am. So if you're somebody that potentially are going to try to be with me, I think it's good to know about, me. So, yeah.
That's great. And also, Kendra, you shared about your
What up, Mom?
previous marriage and doing some internal work as well. And how did you feel you were ready for a new relationship with the intent of being remarried? I feel as though I got married at 23 years old. I was young. I had no idea what was going on. It was military, benefits, all that stuff, right?
Oh.
Now that I have an understanding of what true connection is, have an understanding of that's another human being, having the understanding that a relationship is not just about how I feel or about how the other person feels. It's about what we can accomplish together and what we can build and do more for each other. So just having more life experience, I think, yes. I say I'm ready for a relationship. Of course, I would have to be with the person for a little while before we get married because I don't want to do that young thing again where I got married quick, do that. Now, if it happens, it happens. But I'm in no rush.
Okay. So, Marcus, it was really cute to watch you share with your sister your feelings about Kendra and your genuine excitement to being chosen by Kendra. But you also waited for 2 hours. And a lot of the viewers felt like it was pretty hard to watch. So going back to that moment, how did you feel?
I mean, honestly, I think anybody in a position
I'm gonna keep it 100. I know he about to say something. He about to try to
sugarcoat it for the
sugarcoat
sake
it.
of her.
But the fact is, you waited 2 hours, and the first thing she did when she finally had that was complain. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part, was all that grace and patience and all that just so she could say, I don't like him because all he does is agree with me. It's like, what?
Yeah.
A similar position would feel, a little jaded, a little, like, okay, well, hey, things happen, but...
So their first date that they were scheduled to have, she got caught up at work, and she's a workaholic. So she got caught up at work and lost track of time and then got told she had to stay.
Yeah.
And essentially he waited for her with the cameras for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then but she never came, so the camera crew went home, and then he stayed like an additional hour, and she came at that 3rd hour. But then when they finally got a chance to have another date, she basically, like, he thought everything was clicking, working well, and she basically just complained
that he agreed with her,
that she didn't like how he agreed with her too much.
Yeah.
And all that. But it was just, I genuinely think he wasn't agreeing to be like submissive. I think he probably just felt equally that way. Like, yeah. But hey,
why it happened on this particular night. Like, it was like, okay. But at the moment, I can say I was maybe annoyed, a little upset, maybe a little disappointed. But, I think once Kendra communicated with me, just letting me know the situation and things of that nature, I can't be mad. We all are grown adults. Life happens, and, you got to do what you have to do to make sure that, you're able to live. So at the end of the day, I understood. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a very mature
Well, Marcus,
person.
you were also a big topic, like I said, with the viewers who felt really divided when it came to how you were perceived. A lot of them said, nice guys finish last. And is that something that you've heard a lot in your dating past?
Honestly, yes. I think a lot of people assume because I am gentle, because I am on the quieter side, they think, oh, he's, very passive. No, that's actually the opposite. If you truly know me, I am opinionated. I will let people know how I feel. and I stand very strongly on what I believe.
Yeah, it's a time and a place for everything.
So, you know, people are always going to assume. I think that's the one thing this show has helped me kind of remember and realize is that people are going to perceive you however they will, but you have to, as an individual, showcase like, okay, that's cool, but this is who I am. So, yeah,
I feel that.
Also, you had your axe throwing date that we all got to watch, and one word, Kendra, that you mentioned was interesting when it came to your feelings about Marcus. So please help us understand what you meant. Do I say this or do I not say this?
You say it, girl.
Say it.
We here.
That's what we here for.
It's the place
say it,
to
girl.
say it.
That was Marcus and I have hung out prior to that, so it wasn't really our first date.
Well, second date.
Second date.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, I don't like when people do this. I don't like when people do this. I don't like when people pump fake information. Should I say it? Should I say it? Ooh, should I? Ooh. And then
should I tell them?
As soon as you say, okay, then just say it. They sit there and they take this moment to like really process what they're saying. Because now it makes me suspicious of, are you about to lie to me? Are you about to make a story?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to calculate what you're gonna selectively choose to say and not to say? I feel like when situations like this and you're saying that something happened or something was the reason, you should come at it full force. Because if you got to cherry pick the information you're about to give people, I can't trust you to be given the whole truth for the rest of the time you talk.
Can you believe that, like, when people are kind of unsure on whether or not they should say something based on, like, their feelings about another person, and the person gives them the go-ahead to say it, but originally how they wanted to say it was one way, but once they give the go-ahead, they have to rationalize it another way so it doesn't offend the person?
Yes, but that the best way I could put an example of what you're saying is somebody who's like, oh, when I see them, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna let them know, and they come in really hot.
Yes.
I'm about to, and then they go, I'm open to listening to what you got to say. And now they get the perception like, oh, okay, this person is not matching the same energy I was coming with.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to feel like a jerk if I go at them with the energy I intended for them. So let me reconstruct what I'm about to say to match the tone that they're giving me because I don't want to be a bad guy. So
it could still be the same thing and the same intent of getting a point across, but without the offense.
Right.
I think a lot of times people tend to outrightly just offend people, and I think you can still say how you feel without intentionally offending someone. Because at the end of the day, sometimes I can say I don't like Kite's hair like this. It can still offend him, even though I don't mean it in that way.
Right.
I just mean I don't like it in this style, but it can still offend him. You know,
you can't control how people receive the information,
right?
But you can control how you deliver it,
right?
Things has happened prior to that were not caught on camera. Keep it cute.
No, don't keep it cute. Say what happened.
It allows me to make a decision. And once I make my decision, that's kind of like, that's it. Like, I can't go back on it. So I had to film and go and do and finish. So, I mean.
No, what happened? Said keep it cute.
It's all good. Like, there's no hate.
With filming. Sorry to
You're fine.
Yeah, interrupt. But like with filming, if you knew that, you know, how you felt after that, like, then why didn't you necessarily communicate and kind of like end it off at that point?
We communicated a lot. We were on FaceTime a lot. We talked about it. We had our moments. What do you have to say?
In the way that you're putting it.
I'm not trying to make it sound bad, so fix it.
So, no. And I'm going to say it like this.
Well, you kind of speaking in parables. You ain't telling people
how you perceived it and how you, how we both perceived it, right? I think you tried to hold on to something with that to make it seem like this is who Marcus is versus learning who I was as we went through this show. Because even though we both had our offer, that one off camera date incident.
Bro, what the freak happened? Y'all pissing me off.
So I guarantee you something probably happened off camera. And that's why Tamara said keep it cute, because just based off of how it's already being opened up and introduced to us as the audience, it's coming off as if Marcus did something so horrible to where that Kendra herself can't even talk about it. Marcus can't even talk about it. But while Kendra is delivering what did and did not happen, Marcus is going to look like the bad guy because it ultimately made her make the decision of not wanting to do Meet to Marry with him.
She held it against him for the entire rest of the show.
Yes.
So it's like, that's the problem I'm having is, right now what he's saying is the perception that the audience is going to get. Because realistically, all we know is he did something I can't forgive. He did something I can't forgive. And then we go, what was it? I can't say it. I can't say it. Mm-hmm. What was it?
Yep. And then it leads people to assume the worst of the worst of what he could have did to her. But then and I don't know if the rest of the castmates know what happened, but even Aaliyah
apparently the females know.
See, the females know. So even with Aaliyah saying, if you knew this happened behind closed doors and y'all could, why didn't you communicate and just end it off and not come back and film the show?
Right. It's just, it's frustrating. Just say what happened.
I want to call it. I still said, hey, I'm willing to work forward. I'm willing to say, hey,
move past it.
Move past this, because this is not me. And I know that it's not you. But every time we would do shootings and do something after the shootings, as in hang out, you still would bring up the past. So to me, it didn't feel like you were trying to let that go.
My safety was compromised.
But you but you still hung out with me, just us afterward.
But we were in public. We were never alone ever. So it's still, I still felt safe because I'm out in public.
This is stupid logic. This is dumb. This is dumb.
Makes no sense.
This is the dumbest crap I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. If somebody does something that violates you in private, it does not make sense to hang out with them just because there's people around. If somebody whoop your tail behind closed doors and you are suffering from that and you feel like you can't be safe around them, it is the dumbest logic in the world to go, I can no longer be alone with this person, but if there's a group of people around, I'll gladly go hang out with them. That's dumb. If they violated you, you shouldn't want anything to do with them.
Yep.
That's literally how Stockholm Syndrome and all that other crap gets created, because of this logic. Stop doing this. If he violated your safety and he did something that hurt you this much, it makes no sense for you to still hang out with him.
And then here's why I don't like this. Also, aside from that, the producers don't even know what happened themselves.
Right.
So if there's something, and this is how people just don't think.
No, he didn't.
No.
We don't know what they did.
We don't know what happened, but see but that's what I'm saying. People are it leads people to assume the worst of the worst because they're not saying what actually happened, and they're saying it in split up parables and so on and so forth. But the problem with this is the producers themselves didn't even know what happened. They don't know what happened. Neither one of them are willing to say what happened, but the rest of the castmates know what happened. And this becomes a liability issue. This becomes a legal issue because they are a full-on production. They're a full-on business. So if something happens outside of the set that could potentially affect the set itself, you need to let them know.
Exactly.
You need to let them know.
You guys are compromising. So
if there's something that he did or she did that can compromise the brand or affect other castmates or trigger the audience, they have to be able to move swiftly to remove those people so it doesn't happen. They can't protect anybody with a closed mouth. They can't protect the show with a closed mouth. They can't protect the castmates with a closed mouth. But everybody else knows what happened, but the producers don't.
It's just at this point, if you're not gonna bring it to the light and you're not gonna show it, then I would rather you just don't bring it up.
Don't bring it up.
That's like you going back. Oh, and I remember in the year 1943, the tragedy happened.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? I can't talk about it. So then why did you give me that information?
It's not fair to everybody on the show. It's not fair to the producers. And it's ultimately not fair to y'all. If this is something that's still affecting y'all to this day, instead of you getting clicks and views and monetary gain for being on the show, trying to do this whole Marcus is this, Kendra is that, just don't come on the show. Go heal behind closed doors. This is not fixing anything.
Fat Rap, knit me a beanie. Thank you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like you didn't make me feel like you were going to attack me. Like I want to be like very clear with that.
What?
It was just more on the lines of I felt like there was no control, but there was control because you gave the, like, I don't know how to explain it. But well, let's try to get a little bit more of the context because we go back to decision day, right? And something that you mentioned, Kendra, specifically was feeling safety, protection, feeling uneasy, and also talking about discomfort being a big issue for you.
Did he try to grab something?
Concerning Marcus. And that left a lot of viewers questioning what happened. What was the big catalyst to say, all right, this is not where I want to be? I don't really want to say what happened.
Then stop bringing it up!
Child, if I was Marcus, if you didn't sign no NDA between you and Kendra, I would have said it. I would have said what happened because it's going to make her have to say it. Because you're saying, I'm not saying you, I never feel like you were going to attack me. I just feel like there was no control. And what? What happened? Was y'all drinking and he got a little aggressive? Did y'all have a discussion and the argument got heated? What happened?
Bro.
Okay.
Child.
Like, if people want to know, you can ask us individually. I'm not going to say it on YouTube.
You brought it up to YouTube.
Just to be fair concerning this whole experience with everyone is, granted, it wasn't shot, obviously. It wasn't something that was filmed. And if you don't want to get into specifics, your feeling of what happened.
Yo, did somebody in the comments find the truth out? I'm getting annoyed with Kendra. Don't say it. I want to know what happened.
Hey, look at she and Ben, okay.
I'm going to tell you anyway. I don't say I didn't want to come out. Then proceed to tell us why you feel unsafe around him with no context. Don't say I feel safe. I'm irritated. Is she, so she still don't bring it up?
No, because even in the live stream, GMT, they said themselves, they still don't even know what happened. Yeah,
y'all spending more time arguing in the comments. So nobody knows what she did?
Nobody knows what allegedly Marcus did. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And the problem is, she's not willing to say it on YouTube, but it happened outside of the show.
And
but
you brought it onto the show.
And then you're not willing to say what happened on YouTube, but you're willing to allow room for assumptions and speculation and stories and rumors to be built on YouTube about his character, about the things that he allegedly did to you and how he made you feel unsafe.
It's
instead of you just saying what happened.
It's just dumb because it's like you're bringing it up saying you're a victim. We ask you what happened and you go, it's too traumatic to talk about. And it's like, okay, but I want you guys to hold him accountable, or I want to let it be known he violated. Okay, how did he violate? I'm not going to say it. And so it's like, okay, so we can't hold him to the fire if we don't know what he did. Just know I'm a victim. Like,
right. I agree with that. And I agree with you too on that too, Nyjah. Like, it kind of does. I think it falls on Marcus in terms of, as soon as a person says, I don't feel safe around you, or you made me feel uncomfortable, even though that wasn't your intent, stop hanging around that person. I would have stopped filming with her immediately. I would have stopped filming with her.
Because it's like you're a danger now.
Yeah.
Because something could happen and then you go, the show didn't protect me. What did we not protect you from? X, Y, and Z. Well, you never told us X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
But I'm telling you now, how are we supposed to protect you from something we didn't know happened?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what upsets me about this situation.
You don't want to get into specifics. Your feeling of what happened. What was that? Scared, lack of control. I've been in environments like that before, and
was he speeding down the highway?
Never went good for me. So it was a trigger. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. So I'll acknowledge that. And I think I told you that a couple of times. It's not your fault.
It's not.
It's you still faulting him for it.
It's not his fault, but you held him to the fire, and then we're getting yo, man.
That was part of the reason
That's
why
something that I need to work on. But if I feel as though that I'm unable to fully be myself after that happened, it's never going to change. I'm always going to have like some type of wall.
Yo, what are you talking about? What is she talking about?
And if that's the case, why come back? Why come back?
You're sitting next to him.
Hello, message.
You're sitting next to the guy that did it.
It's a show. If it was as deep as what she's describing it as, Tamara will be sitting right there and she'll be sitting next to the professor.
And he just sitting there like a bot, not saying, boy, if you did it, speak up.
That, okay, maybe he's a good guy. And I had feelings for Marcus at one point.
It's a lot of good jobs.
And I wanted to try to see if I could work it out. But the way that my safety felt, it compromised how I felt. So I can't go past that. It's just something I can't overlook.
Yeah,
Dion, can I chime in for just a minute?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
In love, I say this. Regardless what platform you're on, I'm going to say this to everybody. Regardless what platform you're on, it is very, very imperative that number one, you show up as your best self. Okay?
And your authentic self.
Your authentic
That's
self.
right.
And you don't do anything just because the lights are on.
Right.
Right.
You don't do anything because the cameras are on. I spend a lot of time in front of cameras. I spend a lot of time on stages. I myself every day. If my safety is compromised in any way, Tamara's not showing up.
Facts.
I'm just going to put that out there and make it plain, and nor should you for airtime. Because that too will make you feel away. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. I've hoped that you feel that the staff and everyone else made you feel safe, because I have felt amazingly safe. When I say this has been one of the best experiences I've had.
Yo, is he Jack the Ripper? What is he? What did he do? In my mind. Y'all speaking in third person about the situation like he's a legendary kaiju or something. He a S tier demon? Like what did he do?
Another creature was.
What did he do? Why are we talking like this? Like she's going through the first 48. Like what's happening?
And granted, not to take away, like if she is triggered, I can understand and sympathize with that. But I agree with Tamara, like what we've all said. If someone puts you in a state of uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable, you are not obligated to be around that person or show up to be next to that person. You could have just completely just
not
said,
been
hey,
here.
I'm gonna sever my ties with the show. I don't feel comfortable moving forward. It's not anything that you or not anything that the staff has done or production has done. This has been my experience. This is what happened, and I would like to withdraw from the show. That simple as that. Simple as that.
Because now what happens is this. You create this thing where now you provided a reason for us to be mad at him.
Right.
But you're not giving us the reason why we should be mad at him. Just know he did something that we should be mad about.
But also know that's not his fault.
And I feel unsafe around him, but I feel safe enough to sit next to him. But I feel unsafe around him, but I hung out with him after, but I still feel unsafe around. It's like, it's a paradox. Yeah. And what's going to happen is the audience is going to get mad at you now. And you're going to internally blame the audience and be like, you guys are not protecting the victim. This is why people don't speak up, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, the audience is basically being told it's a Salem witch trial right now. You walked outside, screamed, witch! We all looked at who you pointed at. What witchcraft were they doing? I don't even want to talk about it. Were they what are they witches? I don't want to go into it. So what should we do?
Literally.
What do we do here? Then you got your tag team coming in. I agree. If you've been through this type of witchcraft, you should never speak about it. What was it? It's up to her to say it. It's like, okay, then we got pitchforks for no reason. What are we mad for?
Yeah.
Felt amazingly safe. When I say this has been one of the best experiences I've had from my experience. So I want to put that out there that Meet2Marry has made us feel very safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, just because the lights are on, you don't have to show up. That's a conscious decision that we make on our own behalves.
Yes.
And that if you're showing up in the right regard, if this is Meet2Marry, this is not meet to entertain or meet to forward our own careers. This is not meet to be seen. This is Meet2Marry. And if you can't show up in that kind of regard, I say we don't do it.
Agree.
There's a difference there. So I give you that in love from someone who cares about you and you know that I do. Let's now all move in a different way. Let's move with some intentionality and let's communicate differently. And if someone makes you feel unsafe, never go back around them again then.
Exactly.
That's what I kind of piggyback. Yes, I think that's what kind of like prompted my question, only because like I can understand like kind of like what it might have looked like on camera and like on the show and like to the viewers, especially like sitting here and hearing like, you know, not that you like had your mind made up about him, but like that you were already kind of like, okay, my guard is up. And I think like I said, that's just like what prompted my question, because if you felt that way, I still don't understand then why continue to do the show or like specifically like pick him, if that makes sense. Like why not propose like the opportunity to maybe find another match or anything like that if you kind of like already solidify with yourself. Like
thank you.
Still early out. Early out.
Thank you for holding her accountable. Hold her accountable.
So we would have got more episodes. We would have got more episodes from Kendra's behalf if she would have swapped out and got a different match.
Because here's what happened. You're not holding him accountable and you're just making a claim. And then you're not giving us any background to the claim. You're just saying the claim. We're asking you what happened. What was the proof? What did he do? And you're going, nothing, but he's cool, but it helped. I don't want to be around him no more. Why? Because here's why it's important. If it happened to you and it triggered you, it could happen to somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what Alex went back and said. If you're going to have this information and this is something he did that was something that put you back to trauma and you felt unsafe, we have him in the room with other women. So if he's dangerous, let us know. Yeah. But then you're going, I don't want to talk about it. I can't be with him, but I can be near him. It's like,
yeah, it doesn't make sense when you bring up stuff like this and you feel like you're not obligated to share, then
why are you here?
To anything else you're talking about afterwards, because it's not getting anywhere. The conversation's not getting anywhere at this point. We're saying the same thing over and over.
Because now it's like we're sitting here and we're at this situation where everybody's asking, if it was this horrible, then why are you here? Oh, I had to keep it for the show. Who told you the show was this important that you had to ignore trauma?
Yeah.
They even asked you what happened. So it makes it a disconnect. This is like somebody saying, I'm a victim of abuse from this person, ABC, but I'm going to be on ABC's channel. I'm going to be on every video that person ABC posts. I'm going to be in every YouTube video. I'm going to be in they blah, 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 they music videos. I'm going to be at their house parties. I'm going to be around their kids, but I can never be around them. But I'm going to make sure I show up every time they're there. That's what it sounds like. It's like, okay, so were you really traumatized or did things not go the way you want? And are you really a victim of it, or did it bother you, but you care more about public opinion that you're willing to just let that rock, and then it's a bad look, bro. It's bad.
Maybe find another match or anything like that if you kind of like already solidify with yourself, like you weren't going to see it through.
So, like I had mentioned, I had feelings for Marcus at one point. So me to just be like, okay, I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't want to do the show anymore. I still wanted to do the show. I still wanted to see if maybe that feeling would go away.
But it
And
didn't. You held it to
there
him the
was
whole
moments
time.
where
Was it
we were hanging
cameras
out.
there?
We hung out multiple times, and I was fine. I was fine, which is like, okay, maybe it can go away. But after I sat down, I actually had a conversation with my mom. I told my mom what happened. I told some of my friends what happened, and they're like, no. They told me no, based off of what I've already been through in my past and where I'm trying to go. So I'm like, okay, well, how
This
do
is a waste of
I
a segment.
move in this way now? Like
This is pointless.
for me, it was like I wanted to give him grace. I wanted to.
For what?
I don't know Marcus yet. I don't know anything about him. So like, okay, let's try. And that
What
was me
grace
trying.
was needed?
At what point did you say no in your head? Or did your circle to like be like no and you
I kind of get where you're going with this too, because in all honesty, what I don't want us to leave here doing is I don't want to leave here with people having a thought process about either one of you that is inaccurate.
Well, that's too
Because
bad.
we all have lives outside of this room.
Yeah.
And I want to be very clear as to where we are. If this was a feeling that you had where you felt unsafe, then you have the right to move out of that.
Right.
Right.
But to feel unsafe in your own fruition, not remove yourself, and then come here now and say things like that. I'm a girl's girl, and I'm an advocate for you. I'm Team Kendra. I love you. But let's be for real. He has to go to work. He has to go to work the next day. He has to go around people, and I don't want them to think that he's some kind
He's
of
not
person. So
any person like that.
Let's really frame that.
No.
Let's frame that appropriately, because this is.
But the reason why she has to say that is because that's the perception you put on him by giving us this information. You're talking about attack, feel safe, compromise, can't be around it. My family said no, I can't be around him in private. You give us the perception he did something unredeemable.
Yeah.
And the fact that she has to clear it, even as your friend, she's clearing it. You're painting a picture that he's some type of monster. And you're saying, oh, he's not. So what was it then? He must have farted during the date or something, man. I don't know, man. He farted while she was eating French fries, changed her whole perspective. She couldn't do it no more.
And I agree with y'all frustration with Marcus not speaking up for himself. But this is just what it is, unfortunately.
Person. So
Any person like
let's
that.
really frame that.
No.
Let's frame that appropriately,
Marcus.
because this is all cute for TV. But
Yeah.
I'm somebody who's very intentional, very genuine, very direct.
Right.
So let's frame this the proper way, because he's a life outside of here, as do you.
Right.
So I don't want to seem like demon and victim here. So let's frame it.
And just to put a caveat with that, we do need to talk to you, Marcus, on your feelings, on how was your perception, because Rasheem made a very good point earlier with his experience of perception is reality for you. And we've heard Kendra's perception that was in turn for her reality. What was yours?
I think the biggest thing, I think the biggest issue in all of it was miscommunication, not trying to understand.
Understand what?
With Kendra, and we, like she said, we've had many conversations.
About what?
Right.
They were all, I felt like there was never a time for me to really give my true feelings into it all without
About
it feeling
what?
like
Right.
that's not how it went.
When?
That's how I felt to
About
it all.
what?
It's like, okay, well, if my voice doesn't matter, then I don't really care. Because you're going to
In
make
what
your assumption
regard?
of me anyway.
About what?
Right.
People know who I am.
In
My
what
family,
context?
my friends, my co-workers, everybody knows who Marcus is.
Ooh.
In what way?
I know who I am. So
In what
even if
regard?
someone talked down to me, hey, I'm going to use it as a platform to go higher.
I didn't want it to come off like I
Well,
was talking
you're darn sure failed. You're darn sure failed. I think, you know what I think? I think Marcus, man, I can't even say it because now I'm going to be defamation. I can't even make a sound assumption.
No, we can't. Because all of it sounds defamatory.
Because if I praise Marcus, I'm praising a person who violated. But if I shame Marcus, I don't know what I'm shaming him for. And then if I stay neutral, I'm being ignorant to what happened. So it's like, no matter what I do, I was better off just not knowing. You were better off just getting off the show and never having this conversation, because we can't go forward and we can't step back and we can't go sideways. All we can do with this information is stand like a duck and can't move. We don't know how to feel about him. We don't know how to feel about you. We don't know what's going on. Right. We don't know what he did wrong. I can't say, oh, I want Marcus to come back next season because he did something. And I can't say, oh, I want Kendra to get another shot because you won't speak up. So it's just like, what do we do? What do we do?
We're sitting ducks.
If I was a judge, I would just say y'all both are guilty. I would just put y'all both get the sentence. You guilty, you guilty. Y'all both just serve.
Because y'all are purposely withholding information at this point. But it's like, I just don't think they should have brought it to the show.
Yeah, you were better off not bringing it here.
Yeah.
Down on you.
We're going to hear it on somebody's podcast.
Let me say this. I'm not mad at you. I never could be mad at you for feeling how you feel. Because I believe everyone has the right to feel how they feel and to express themselves.
Right.
But also to truly communicate, to truly talk, to talk things out fully before taking it and spreading it to other people, because everybody will take it a different way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when one bad apple can mess up a whole bunch, it can be that.
Or even like the game of telephone, you tell one person something and
it's going to change. It's going to change as soon as it goes through the person, you know?
I think that regardless if it was your situation or our situation, it's sort of the same thing. It all boils down to communication. Even when there was a major accident, on one hand, you have someone who said, well, she just didn't show up, so she just blew me off. And I'm laying in the back of it off my ambulance, like, wait a minute, what's really good? I feel like I'm about to die here.
Wait. Nah, bro, what the freak on?
Tamara, you was doing so good. Don't.
Bro, she always gotta be in the center of everything, bro.
Me.
We already got enough on the plate. Can we finish what we eating first before you shove your dish in the room? Like, bro. Let's get back to my situation. So when I felt like, personally, and we don't care about you, Otis. We care for him. Just Professor got thrown into a 1v1. He ain't even had his loadout ready. He was still in the menu. Professor was over there checking out. He was over there designing the weapons. He was getting his gear right. He was like, oh yeah, man, this set looked pretty cool. Got instant match queue. He ain't even get the press ready. Just instant match.
Back of it off my ambulance, like, wait a minute, what's really good? I feel like I'm about to die here. But I think it's all about communication. And I tell people that's where grace moves space. That's where grace leaves space. If you give people this, they say a mustard seed.
Not the double.
Delete that.
Why is this here, man?
You got two alert boxes.
Man.
Faith, we all go to church every Sunday, but we don't even utilize the principles we learn. If you have a mustard seed of faith, a mustard seed is the smallest little thing you could ever think of. Smaller than that you can even get your fingers close to. If you give people a mustard seed of faith, you'll give them the opportunity to communicate and not just to be heard and not just you to respond.
To understand.
But to actually understand. And then when you understand differently, you move differently. So even when Rasheen had the conversation with you all just a moment ago about me not showing up, he didn't caveat and say, well, she was in a major accident first. You see what I'm saying?
This is exactly
Again,
the same thing, though.
we have to give that mustard seed of faith.
That's the point.
It's a small amount of grace that you give people.
Yo, if I'm Marcus' employer, I'm firing him.
In my mind.
Just because now that the accusations is, because I can't get no information for the accusation, I have to just fire you out of the grace. Yeah. Because it's like, I want to believe you, but I don't have anything to believe on. And it could be something really simple or it could be something really worse. I would rather just cut ties with you and just get you out of the way instead of even playing this 50-50.
Which he could try to sue his employer if they did do this, God forbid. He could try to sue, but nowadays employers, they can fire you for any reason.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hard case to fight.
Yeah, I'm immediately firing him. Just because there's the conversation that you possibly could have did something. Yep. I can't risk it. You're out of there. You're gone.
Yep.
I think that if I learned anything in the world from this experience, I told you it was cathartic. I've learned now, I'm actually writing something about that show people how to give people grace and how to start with yourself.
Don't use this moment to sell your book.
Because if you give yourself that grace when you felt uncomfortable, it would not have to be, I have to talk to he, she, we, them, her, and he. You would have said, I feel uncomfortable, full stop.
In marriage, that's a part of it. Everybody sat here, went to their therapy sessions, and one thing that I noticed just about everyone said was communication was like their non-negotiable. It was like, this is one of the things that I need, and that is something that you need in marriage. You need to give that person space and grace to be able to say, this is how I feel, and this is my reality. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm perceiving, and understanding it. You don't necessarily have to like it. A lot of times you're not going to like it, you know? However, giving that person the opportunity to share, and also being the sharer, actually sharing, being safe enough to share. And the safety part that I'm gathering is something that you yourself, Kendra, did mention and say that you're working on. There's something that Kendra is still needing work on.
You know what? This episode is making me mad, and you want to know what's really pissing me off? It's pissing me off for the fact that I feel like I'm listening to the end of a conversation that I don't know anything about how it started or what's going on. I'm just here listening to a conversation. I don't have any context. I don't know where it's coming from. I just gotta listen to the conclusion of the context, like the conversation, and then everybody's like, everybody agree, right? I don't know what I'm agreeing to. I don't know nothing. I'm just listening to y'all talk. That's what I'm
curious. I wonder if the other, because a lot of this, if y'all really pay attention to the reunion and just throughout the whole season of Meet2Marry, the men said a lot, but they didn't say a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They weren't included in nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing that I do want to touch on for you, Marcus, is do you feel that, because I asked it with Rasheem and Tamara, do you feel like you were really given an opportunity
I
to
don't.
go up?
I feel like I was disqualified. I would say probably the second date. You know, I think once the actual date happened and everything, you know, you kind of can get the feelings of, it was a great time, don't get me wrong, but you could see like, okay, we're going through the motions.
Okay.
So, and you know, again, it's fine. I think that's the one thing as adults we have to realize is be able to read the room.
One of the largest components of marriage is when those expectations meet preparation. Right? And so you're growing, right, into this best version of yourself, and it doesn't always feel good, right? It's not always comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be. Our greatest lessons are learned in the weeds, right? So when all those expectations that you have in your head now, they're going to grow and manifest and become something amazing.
Right.
You're going to meet that preparation that you now have, and you're going to step into a greater version of yourself, and that new person may be right around the corner. Marcus grew from this too. You're both amazing people. And I want for all the best for you. But as you continue to build your preparation and build those expectations, there's nowhere to go but up from here.
And I always say, I'm sort of caught up what you said. I've always talked about, look at the lobster. Lobsters continually grow, right? But they have to shed their shell and become vulnerable in order to grow a bigger shell.
You ain't saying nothing.
So a lot of us sometimes we have to, and I'm bad at this too. That's why I'm going through my therapy journey, right? Is you have to understand what it's like to be vulnerable, and in that vulnerability, learning how to grow. Because by growing and being vulnerable, you become not only bigger but stronger.
Well, just to switch gears a little bit, you guys all went on a group date, right? And
I'm so tired, bro.
you did the yoga. Everything was zen, and
I was like, group date.
I mean, I'ma stay. Get into it. Get it.
Now look at D.
Y'all definitely did it. It happened.
I'm like, what was this?
And you
No, I'm gonna say.
and you all shared your thoughts on relationships and the whole process. So what moment or memory specifically with that date stood out to each of you?
I got a chance in that moment
You
kind
gotta
of
be
see
the first one to talk every
Oh
time.
my
My
gosh.
God.
Yes, child. Yes. Yes. Look at Kendra.
Can I hear the brother at the next to D? Can I hear him talk? I would like to know what
Nathan.
Can we hear more feedback from the people who are actually trying? Like I don't want to hear her talk for the rest. These two should just leave. There's no point in y'all being here.
Those two, they competing now.
Y'all are ego demons and y'all are going against each other. It's just like I don't even care.
Can we just talk?
Can we just talk to them for the rest of the video?
Because she gonna answer this question. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with a relationship with another man. It's gonna have to do with herself. Me. I.
Bro,
we.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If she breaks off into a me, I tangent, I will go in this hallway and do 5 push-ups and then come back. That's how I'm so willing. I did it on camera. I will go do 5 push-ups and come back, bruh. Just off of the strength of this.
the goodness, the depth, the width, the depth of every person in that room. And I got a chance to see, wow, like 30 years ago, that was me. And what a beautiful journey that is to start there. But how
Gosh!
Count them out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I drowned in the toilet.
Not drowned in the toilet. Did you fall in face first?
No, I just swam back from the sewer.
I just had to go get some chips, man. It's just, this is becoming the Tamara show, man. Realistically.
was me. And what a beautiful journey that is to start there. But how amazing it's going to be when they get here. So I saw the trajectory. I saw everything in between. I saw the young ones. I saw you guys who were sort of like in the middle. I saw myself. And I'm thinking to myself, what a beautiful journey this life thing is if you just keep living. So it was just really just amazing to get the chance to see everybody. I mean, I learned a little bit more about every single person in that room. And I think I just left a little bit more rich than I was when I walked in.
Oh. Well, couple, what did you guys take away? What was a moment that stood out for you during that yoga session?
You're playing too much.
I think for me, what I took most, honestly, I think watching you take the yoga seriously was really cool. Like you were really trying. You were really trying.
I knew that.
I thought that was cool. I don't know. I thought the whole experience was cool. That wasn't my first yoga class, but I think in this setting and in this environment and like still getting to know everybody, it was a really cool experience. But I think like on a personal level, I think just seeing him, I don't know, I thought that was cool.
Rashid, you was a bit
I'm happy
reserved
for him.
during that yoga session, which obviously
I'm so happy for him. If everybody else in the cast left and it was just them, I would watch the rest of the video.
is not the norm for you. So Tamara, how did you bear about your interacting with Rashid during that session?
I have to, I'm very rarely in a couple.
Wait a minute. There was like 4 other people. How did we get right back to her? Yo, I'm in a genjutsu, bro. This Tsukiyomi too heavy, man. Madara Uchiha is whooping my tail, bro. I can't get out. I can't escape, bro. I blinked. I looked dead in his eyes and I can't get out, man.
Was this editing?
Madara is whooping my tail. I can't leave.
I don't think so.
Situation.
They normally do transitions.
But it was kind of uncomfortable only because no matter where you are with me, I'm going to bring the sun in with me. I'm going to always try to make someone laugh or smile or see what's going on with you. Like, I want to know, like, I genuinely do care. And I remember he was just really detached, not just from myself, but kind of from the group. And I was like, hey, me thing. Hey, what about this or what about that? And he was kind of like, whatever, girl.
Professional was completely
like, we just
detached.
really wasn't feeling needs. And that's fine.
He looked like this the whole time.
I think that's probably the first time in my life I've ever been in a situation like that where somebody was pretty much just like, yeah, kick rocks with dress socks. So
Girl.
it was uncomfortable. because I didn't understand what would make somebody get to that level. Because I've not always been me, right? I've grown too. But
how did we? Where are we at?
We ain't never said you wasn't you.
How did we go from me, I? So the professor was doing blah, 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 and I've never been. It's like, bro.
We know you more than you know you at this point.
Bro, we living in her world, bro. We don't exist.
What's
this
the
is
topic
her
again,
world.
child? I forgot.
I don't even know what the freak they talking about. We didn't even hear from the other 4 people. It just went straight to her unskippable ad. It's just like, bro, come on. Like, I get it. Look, and I'll give this lady the credit of this. I'm sure she's a phenomenal speaker, right? 100%. She does a great job. She could probably motivate people to go to war if she really wanted
Everything
to, right?
ain't got to be a motivating moment, though.
Yeah, it's like, bro, can we just have conversations with everybody?
Yeah.
if someone's giving kindness to me, I'm going to respond with kindness, and I'm going to at least say, today ain't a good day. You know what I mean? I done had a time. I done been through there. You know what I mean? And I probably would have just said something, but I just felt like he wasn't checking for me at all. And that's fine. You don't have to. But I had been through a lot to even get there. Do you know what I mean? Like I still wasn't fully healed up from my accident, and I still showed up, not just for the taping, but because I still was wanting to give grace and was like, he's a good dude. He seems like a good cat. But he needs to get to know me a little bit first. And I gave it another shot, and he just was closed off from the beginning. So that was that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sheen, what happened? What was going on that day?
I will say you live life long enough to either be the hero, keep living, you become the villain. I feel like I'm the villain in her story, and that's fine. No problem. It's okay.
Actually, you're not even you're not even a character in my story, but go ahead.
For me that never happened in her life.
Oh, what happened to all that nice and bubbly and cute and sweet? And what happened?
Yo, I'm gonna quote this right now. At 39 minutes and 29 seconds, she threw the first jab. What happens from this point on, if I hear her say she's been disrespected, if I hear her say he's cutting her off, if I hear her say anything, I want y'all to all spam 3929. So remember that. I'm gonna type it in the chat for y'all. 3929. 3929. We gonna hold her accountable because she just took the first shot. I don't even understand why she did that. It was finally his turn. He let her say that whole lecture just now. So if she at any point starts saying she felt disrespected or blah, 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 I want y'all to just quote 3929.
It's cool.
In my story, but go ahead.
For me that never happened in her life, it's cool.
No, it hasn't. Because people are rude to me normally.
Okay, well, I didn't interrupt. While you spoke, can you give me the same grace? Thank you.
But you don't give grace.
So I will say
this.
this:
to receive it?
If you get to know me long enough, I am actually a very reserved person. I am actually a very quiet person. I am the only boy, and I'm the oldest of my mother's children. So I'm very happy in my own space. It irritates me when someone continues to ask me, anything, can I get, that irritates me. And the reason why, because if I say I'm good, then that is what it is. When I'm ready to maybe say something or whatever it may be, then I'll say something.
I can understand what he's talking about with that because Alex has said this to me one time before. Because I'm the type of person, if I know something's wrong with you, I'm gonna keep asking and trying to like figure out what's wrong with you so I can instinctively fix it. But I do have that habit of like, are you sure you straight? You say you good, but you don't look like you good. Like, is you cool? Like, you straight? Did I do something? I'll go through like a whole like checklist of questions, and I can understand how it can be annoying. But the counter side to that is people don't understand. People can see what you look like. You can't see what you look like. So a lot of people think that you saying I'm good is enough information. A lot of people think that's enough information to let everybody else get on the same page, that just because you say I'm good, that means you're good. No, a lot of people don't understand. When people are asking you that over and over, it's because they're reading your body language, your mannerisms, your tone. They're looking at where you're at. It's all that. If we're at a skating rink and 85 people are skating and you're standing by the counter just staring at a wall, we're going to naturally think something's wrong. That's human nature.
Yeah.
But I do understand being comfortable in your own space. I do get it. So I'm not going to sit there and cap and be like, man, he making crap up, because that is a real thing.
To maybe say something or whatever it may be, then I'll say something. But that continuing to irritate, it could be anybody. It could be production staff. It could be her. It doesn't matter. It could be my mom, right? So that's who I am. I'm a very reserved person. Hey, you guys may see the professor,
what I do,
and that's me having to be on. And sometimes I want to be on, right? So in that group setting, I think I had some small conversations with you. It weren't like grandiose conversations. It was just hi and bye. It was, we share the same birthday. Or, hey, you guys are doing whatever over there. And again, I go back to perception of everyone else.
Chat, bro.
I think, when I'm in that mood, I'm just focused or whatever it may be, trying to figure out what's going on, I may come off as a beau. I get it. But that's who I am. And it had nothing to do with me not wanting to open up to her or be around her or whatever it was. No, you asked me to be here. I showed up. This is what I'm here to do. And we'll go through yoga. I did yoga. I don't think we spoke much during yoga, period. I think we spoke a lot after the yoga. But for the most part, I know her and Marcus.
Was it on camera?
Were basically having a conversation.
Yeah,
everyone else
when they were sitting in the back room eating sandwiches.
No, I'm saying, was it on camera when they spoke after the fact?
Oh yeah,
because I didn't see him speak not one time.
Yeah, he just sat there. But I think that's what she was probably getting at.
Yeah.
And looking at the camera, you can tell. We even made a joke of it, like, Professor don't want to be there, but it was just because how he presented. But then he chimed in towards the end. But then again, Marcus and her had taken up so much of the conversation in there. It was kind of like, I don't think he had anything to chime in with.
Everybody that put a tree in this chat, you're banned from my channel.
Oh, dang.
Said something here and there.
Dang.
See,
I just feel that was in the questions that were being asked or the conversation that was being had. I didn't think that was a space for me to even interject or say anything. So I sat to myself until I was asked a question.
And I'm gonna let Nigel.
Because that's me. I'm listening.
Do have a question.
I can ask you a question first.
Yes, of course.
So, like, do you feel like, because I'm a very quiet and reserved person too, so like I have my moments and I have those moments a lot, so I'm quiet. So like, do you feel like you would want to offer up that information to a person? Like, if they are continuously asking you, would you feel like sharing, like,
yes,
I'm having a moment, or like just communicating that?
Yes.
That's a wonderful question. Appreciate you for asking it. I will say this. If you were to ask me, hey, you good? And I tell you yes, then that's me telling you I'm fine.
Well, wouldn't that be like in your head though?
Because for me, I am fine. So for me, if I tell you I'm fine, take that at face value.
Well, how would they perceive it though? Like, so it's two separate people in their own realities. So you're fine in your own mental space.
Correct.
But in theirs, they're picking up.
The youngest people are the smartest people in the room.
In my mind.
The young people are the smartest people in the room. Yeah. It is scary how much emotional and mental maturity is coming from the youngest two people in the room. Because Professor, I get what Professor's saying, but he's not. You just gave this whole thing about perception being reality. But then they're telling you, in other people's perception of your reality, we don't think you're good. That's why we're asking.
Things that you're not.
Right. And I am not responsible for your perception.
But you are. You kind of are. Because if their perception is wrong, it's up to you to correct them. Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. This is just how I am. What does make me mad and upset is that you constantly keep asking me. It's not up to you on whether, and it's not for you to decide on if I'm upset or not based off of my body language or gestures or anything like that. If I tell you I'm okay, I'm okay. If I tell you I'm fine, I'm fine.
if we're not responsible for if you're not responsible for our perception of you, so then don't speak up if we perceive you wrong. Just stay silent.
Yeah.
So if we say you're a jerk, from our perspective, you're a jerk and you're a rude and horrible person, don't defend yourself. Just let that be what it is. That's our perception, right? You're not responsible for it. Just don't say nothing.
If I tell you that I'm fine, I can't like if you told me you were fine and I don't think you're fine, I can't keep going into a circle and going in my head trying to figure out he's not really fine. I don't know, and keep asking you questions. No, if you tell me you're fine, I'm gonna take that at face value. So that's how I take things. If I say I'm fine, I'm good. If you feel that I'm a certain type of way, come have a conversation. Hey, you said you're fine, but X, Y, and Z. No, and I'll tell you, no, I'm good. I have no issues.
Well, here we are talking as well concerning relationships, right? And how things can be perceived. If you're saying to someone, okay, I'm fine, this happens in marriage, but you're truly not. And the person that you're with, whether it's in a serious dating or even long-term, you're already married, etc., it is very important to be real with that person and tell them, I'm not fine, and maybe right now is not the best time for me to talk about it.
Right.
And give that person the opportunity to say, okay, let me back off. Let me give you your space. Let me give you, the 50 feet, whatever it is. Because one thing that you did mention was there's a professor and then there's Rasheem. And when you have to be on, you have to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Who were you in that moment?
So I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be me.
Which one are you? Man, you got two different personas. Which one? Because clearly they're not the same because you gave them two different titles. So which one? Which one are you showing up as? That was Rasheem. That wasn't the professor. Him being annoyed and irritated and all that was Rasheem.
It's so funny that the two most annoying people in this entire series are just right next to each other.
No, they are, Katie. It's just, it happens.
I think there's a perception that I'm always going to be the most jovial person, the one's going to crack the most jokes, the one's going to be that person 24/7, 365.
She said where?
That's not always me.
Where?
But also, and I see your question, comment, Aaliyah.
We gonna get there, Aaliyah. We gonna get there. Give it, let it marinate a little bit.
But to sort of go to what you're saying, so everyone processes things differently, right? That's why we're all humans. That's why it makes us unique. So for me, if there's something bothering me, I have no issue telling you, hey, I'm processing something. Give me a second. There's also times where I may tell you, I'm good. And I am good, but I am still processing certain things in my head. Not necessarily the situation, but I'm fine, but things can continue to go a certain type of way to where, okay, now I'm not fine.
I can understand that.
Okay. But I am good in that moment. So what I'm really trying to say, what I mean by that is sort of, if I say I'm good or if I'm fine or if I'm okay, I'm generally okay, I'm fine in that moment. But it's things that could lead, whether you keep coming asking me the same question or it's we're doing something and you continue to do something that's frustrating to me. At that point, I'm no longer fine. And at that point, I would say, listen, this is what's going on. I'm not okay. I need to take a couple minutes to myself. Okay. Now, in the past, I was the type of person that if you bothered me, or if I was like, I'm good, and you kept doing that, I would completely disconnect. And when I mean disconnect, I wouldn't speak to you for 3, 4, 5, 6 days.
Oh, Chile.
Right? Oh. And again, I believe therapy is a great thing. I realized where that was coming from. Right. And I started to work through that to where now I don't, I can go to a case of point. I mean, young lady who I was dating at the time, she was like, hey, you good? I'm like, yeah. I said, and she just kept, and I completely disconnected from her. I put her in spam. I don't want to talk to her, the whole nine. So, and it wasn't good, not a good way to process things, but that's where I was at that point. Yeah. And so through therapy, I've gotten better at that. So I really, really mean, if anyone who sees me or knows me, if I tell you I'm fine,
Mont said, if he felt uncomfortable with tomorrow, why continue to go to the show?
Yeah, because he's saying it. That's where he was in that moment, but I think he's still kind of there, and I completely understand where he's coming from with this angle. And for a lot, I know somebody said, Shanban said, like, that's extreme. I think it's extreme to, like, cut somebody off like that. But I genuinely understand, like how he processes his emotions and stuff like that. Because it's kind of like the same way with me and Kite in a way. Like, Kite will see that my body posture or my gestures or my tone will kind of change. And in my mind, I think or I feel like I'm okay, or something could have happened, and Kite asks me like, "Are you okay? Are you good?" And the yeah, I'm fine. Like I said last time, the yeah, I'm fine is not for the other person. The yeah, I'm fine is for me. It's to validate and reassure myself, like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine. But then all the while, I'm telling him I'm fine, and also trying to convince myself that I'm fine. I'm still trying to process and rationalize everything that's happening or what could potentially happen there after me saying, yeah, I'm fine. So in that moment, I could feel like I'm fine. And in the moment, hey, we're at Top Golf and he sees something, wrong with me. And I say, yeah, I'm fine. So now not only am I trying to convince myself that I'm fine and actually walk myself through the steps of I'm fine, everything's good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm rationalizing everything that's happening and I'm processing everything that's happening while still trying to be in the moment with him at Top Golf, have a good time. But then he still sees that my face hasn't changed, my tone hasn't changed. And he asks me again, are you sure you're okay? Now that I'm fine, that I'm trying to get to, that I should already been at. But that's on me because I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have said, yeah, I'm fine. The lie was for me, but I ended up lying to him as well. So while I'm trying to get to the I'm fine, and he asks me like, are you sure you're good? The I'm fine, I ain't gonna get to it now. Because now I'm annoyed. Now I'm irritated because I was trying to get there, but now you asking me again, and now it took me off my focus. It's a lot. But I do understand where he's coming from. But I do disagree in terms of him saying he's not responsible for other people's perceptions of him. Simply because if you didn't have the look or the tone or the gesture or the things that you carried about yourself, people wouldn't perceive you in that way. If I didn't look sad or upset or disgruntled, people wouldn't assume that I'm sad, upset, or disgruntled. Sometimes you can't help that. And sometimes you can't control how people perceive you, because you could be the happiest, chippiest person on earth and still somebody will think the opposite of you.
Right.
So to some extent, but things that you have control over in terms of that, communicating that with people, you can help with that. So I get what he's saying though. It's a mental thing. People think it's a lot or it's doing too much. That's a mental thing.
Right.
So
people, my family will tell you, if I tell you I'm fine, they know he's good, leave him alone. Like, whether he looks it or he isn't, he's fine. But I'm not always going to be the most jovial person. Sometimes I want to be.
Yeah, I mean, that expectation is not realistic. I think we all have different facets of ourselves as people. But that's why I asked specifically which showed up that day. Were you coming on to be on and be professor, or you coming as what the expectation of you signing up for is to be Rasheem?
So
someone open, fill up.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I was Rasheem. So for me, again, going back, Professor and Rasheem are not two separate people. They're just, one is expected to be on 1,000% of the time, joking the whole night. That's my perception of what people think of Professor. I'm expected to say, hey, if you ask me if you ask me something about relationships, I'm going to give my answer 100% of the time. Well, that's not necessarily who I am 100% of the time. So in that space, I'm like, okay, what are we doing?
You're describing a persona.
Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. We're moving mats. We're doing this. What do we got going on?
It's a persona, gang. That's all you're really describing.
Persona, literally.
It's a persona. It's the same thing where there's me and then there's Kite. Kite is for YouTube. Me is a different person. And I can acknowledge that they're two different things. there's interactions times where I'll be ready to interact how I really want to interact, but then it's like, wait a minute, this is not that Kite and Crash. That's funny. Crash does not exist. There is no Crash in Ba Sing Se. But that's just I know what he's talking about, but it's just like, bro, you're trying to say that they're different people. They're personas.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with the persona stuff though. Genuinely.
And then once I figure out, okay, this is what we're doing, I did the whole process. I didn't have any, we didn't speak during yoga. I couldn't speak. Just too much work. But so I couldn't speak. But again,
like talking
I had the conversation after the yoga led itself to where I had more things to say or more things to interject, I would have. But it really was. I mean, again, Marcus and Tamara dominated the conversation, which was great because it was a great conversation. And I interjected when I needed to, but for the most part, they led that conversation.
Yeah.
But I came on there as Rasheen, as the person I'm supposed to be, because I don't like a lot of times when I'm perceived to be, hey, this is Professor 1,000% of the time. Where well, don't do this or don't say that. Like, no, I have a master's degree from Brown University. I'm an Ivy League educated individual. I'm a very smart individual. So at the end of the day, I know what to do and what.
Why when he do his accolades,
because egos hate egos.
Oh my goodness gracious.
This is egos hate egos. Look.
Really educated individual. I'm a very smart individual.
Egos hate egos. Egos hate egos. That's just what it is. It's like putting two narcissists right next to each other and telling them to not talk about themselves.
Oh man.
So at the end of the day, I know what to do and what not to do. I don't need to be told what to do.
I like how you put Master Gaslighter Key, but then I think you should have got rid of the and just put Master Gaslighter Alex, because she gaslights y'all every stream, and for some reason y'all are still convinced that she's not doing it to y'all. And she's even said it to y'all face, and y'all still won't believe it.
Guilty.
Like, even right out, Alex's agent, she's admitting to it. Like, she's literally telling you she's doing it. But if that's the case, when I run for presidency, Alex will be my head of military, because shoot, I can get everybody to do everything I want at that point.
Oh, it's over.
So I think they think Professor, if I'm supposed to come off as that person, I'm gonna be sophomore the whole time. So that's what that was, and I don't, I had no ill will toward her. I think, I don't know, maybe she did rape.
Put that strawberry down, Key.
Like, I'm not the most come in and give me a big old hug when I first see you. I think it was, what time was it? Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12? I don't know what time it was.
We watched the episode.
First season when I didn't. I think, I don't know, maybe she did rape when I didn't. Like, I'm not the most come in and give me a big old hug when I first see you. I think it was, what time was it? Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12? I don't know what time it was.
Did we miss their first interaction?
Because I'm like, nobody wanted a hug from you. That's a hi is all I asked for. A hi, an acknowledgement to say, hey, girl, hey. I didn't say you had to be over the top. I did say hello.
I said hello to you.
Again, we get it. So I'm a public speaker, been a public speaker now for over 20 years.
I told you! Ego monster!
If I were a writer.
When you put the word ego in a definition tracker, her face pops up every time. Thank you, 3229. Yep, spam it. 3920. Bro, ego monster, bro.
No matter who or what we are, we must pray.
Ego monster, bro.
Because again, say, hey, girl, hey. Jeez. I didn't say you had to be over the
hello.
top.
I said hello to you.
Again, we get it. So I'm a public speaker, been a public speaker now for over 20 years. I speak to thousands of people at a time. We don't expect you to be on all the time. Nobody expects anybody to be on, but a gentle hi was all somebody needed.
Did I say hello?
All right. Well,
did I say hello? I just want to know if I say hello.
I got a question, but I think we got exactly where
go
we're
ahead,
going to get with this
girl.
conversation. Yeah, wait.
Not you cutting the host off. Who cut off D? Go back, man. You know who cut D off? Who did it? The same person that cut everybody off, man. Oh, cut her mic. Cut her mic.
But I think we got exactly where
go
we're
ahead,
going to get with
girl.
this conversation. Yeah, wait. What was your question, honey?
So like for me, listening to everything, not everything fine thing and getting notebook, but
Oh my.
I was just stuck on, but it was still a great thing. Like, and in this particular instance, Tamara was your date. So like I understand like you saying like, you know, her consistency was irritating for you, but her being there knowing that
Was my date.
yeah, so she wants
Talking to my date.
Okay, again, did I not speak to her?
I mean, I don't think
Is it
You're being obtuse. This is the oldest people in the room are the most immature. That's so sad. It is so sad that the oldest people in the room are being the biggest type of children. You're willingly not understanding what they're saying to you. You're willingly ignoring what they're saying.
well, I'm asking is a yes or no question. Did I not speak to her?
Well, it's not if you didn't speak. It's your intent or where your energy towards that person.
Right.
I came for a date. I came to enjoy. It was yoga. It was not an MMA match. We're not there for mental jeopardy. We were there to have a nice, relaxing time with each other. Whatever happened to me before I came in that door, I left outside the door because it was nobody in there. It was nobody's fault. I just left from physical therapy at the time because I still want to do physical therapy, by the way. And I came, had the date, was excited.
Why
are you
this
shaking
man
your
don't
head?
care.
He's shaking his head at physical therapy like it's like he above it. Like, bro, what's up with you, man?
He
like,
just doesn't care. I just think ever since the therapy session, he's been completely shut off and closed off from her. And I do agree with Zenathan and I do agree with Aaliyah. At the end of the day, this was your date. And if your intent was to show up and not speak to your date and actually engage with your date, you shouldn't have showed up for the date. Or better yet, if you knew you couldn't move past that part of, which I still don't understand what's the big gripe about her not coming to the therapy session, knowing full well she was in a car accident.
Because he like he said, he already came to a preconceived conclusion. So he already had his conclusion that because he felt the way about the first date, he already concluded that the fact that she didn't show up, that this was what it was. And then after, when he found out, of course it changed his perspective, quote unquote, but he had already came to the conclusion. He ended the book before he got the rest of the
This is
information.
coming from the same person that says, I can't control how other people perceive me, but it's okay for you to perceive her in that way.
Yes.
She had no control over how you were going to perceive her in a situation where she could have lost her life.
And then what do we call people that do that? Hypocrite.
It don't make sense, man.
Everybody say it. Hypocrite.
Also coming from the person that says, I don't give grace, but when she cut you off, give me the same grace that I gave you. You said you don't give it.
Hypocrite.
So why do you expect it?
One more time, chat. Hypocrite.
Hi.
Hypocrite.
Hi.
Meet with everybody.
Hi.
You and I didn't exactly, I wouldn't say we even dominated conversation. Everyone spoke.
I think we were the starting.
It was just a vibe.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, I felt like it was just a vibe. We were just all vibing off each other and really having a good time.
But I think it was a moment for everyone to share, and Tamara and Marcus just had a lot to share. And I think that's just sometimes how group conversations go.
Yeah.
I do feel like we're kind of at a moot point where it's the perception that Tamara had was her reality. She felt a cold shoulder. You're like, I was good until I wasn't good, because then I got attitude because he talks to me too much, et cetera, et cetera. Then we have our couple here that's like, hey, we're on a group date. The expectation is to be together, one band, one sound. So, I mean, it's everyone kind of having their own experience within an experience. Right. And I think that's what this whole thing was about. Everyone had an experience with another person, meeting another person and figuring them out, and also being open to figure out some things about themselves. And I think one of the beautiful things about you guys' therapy sessions was that you could have the opportunity to uncover some of those things to either help you within the relationship that you are pursuing now or for a future relationship. Miss Leah.
Sorry. My brain just be prompting y'all. I think I just wanted to add, like, additionally, like, no one is saying that you can't come in as yourself. Because, like, being on a dance team, like, everyone is expected to, like, leave your issues and stuff at the door, because when we walk into this room, we're coming in supporting each other. Like, we're here as a team.
Right.
And there are going to be days where sometimes your baggage comes through the door.
That's right.
And that's not to say that, you may or may not have been going through something that day. You might have been cool. But it was just like, no one's saying that you can't be yourself. Like, you are more reserved and you're saying that you're more quiet. No one's saying that you can't be that way. So I just wanted to make, like, I guess emphasize that there's no expectation for you to be on or off. I think what everyone was more looking for or expecting was, I guess, a sense of, like, authenticity with, like Zai said, like, your intention. Because, like, yes, we appreciate your presence for being here. Like, yeah, you checked that off the box. But, and for in perception with your date, like, we like I said, we had our talk or whatever, we all, chatted in the room. You were a little bit more quiet, and that's okay. But in the sense of, like, Tamara's, like, point of view coming into the door, and like you said you greeted her, that's all cool. But I think emphasis point and case, at least just intention.
Well, first off, I didn't see her when I walked through the door. She came back up to me and I said, "Oh,
Excuses.
I want you. You're trying to make these excuses when we have the footage, brother.
Regardless of whether you saw her come through the door or not, if you knew your intent was to not speak to Tamara and give her the bare minimum when you got there, it does not change whether she came through the front door or the back door, whether she spoke first or you spoke first. It's what happened throughout the date and after the first greeting. You had no intentions of actually bonding, talking, or communicating with this woman on this group date.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. The other part, though, that I believe been felt religion is that she said, "I don't know why they matched me with him."
Oh.
When did I say that?
You said it. You should know when you said it.
Oh,
if I heard it, I just come out of thin air and have it come out of the blue.
Oh.
So.
Didn't y'all both have to agree? Hold on now. Here's what we not finna do. Even if she did say it, and if she did say it, she's wrong, because at the end of the day, Meet2Marry gives you the option to deny or accept the person that you're potentially matching with. So everybody up in here chose each other. So what's the sudden switch up? And another thing, I'm mad because she said, "I don't know why they matched me with her." You picked her too.
Yeah, but that argument you're making don't counter his argument. If anything, you're kind of justifying his argument, because he picked her, she picked him, but then he caught her saying, "I don't even know why I picked him." So if anything, you're backing him up.
Okay,
because she's wrong for saying it, because you said, "I don't even know why I picked him." Well, you picked him.
No, I get what you're saying.
And if anything, if hearing
she
this,
said they picked him for her.
No.
Oh.
Let's run it back, because I think you didn't created a talking point.
She said, "I don't know why they matched me with him."
Okay, I don't know why they matched me with him. Okay, so no, you're right then. But then it still goes back to she still picked him. So it's like, at the end of the day, I don't get why. If anything, I would feel kind of on his side about him being on HOTS, because if I was matched with you and we're supposed to go on a date, and then I find that you like, "I don't even know why I got matched with him," I'm not gonna bring no good energy to that date now either, because now it's like, all right, so you don't rock with me, so it's like, then what am I in here faking the funk for?
You already faking the funk by showing up. Why show up?
Well, we're under this. We don't know when he heard it. That's the problem. So he could have heard it after he already showed up. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
So it's like, We don't know if he heard that before or if he heard that after or during. I don't know when he heard it, but if he did hear it, if he did, because she can sit here and say that never happened, right? Which is fair.
Okay.
If, let's say in the hypothetical situation, if she did say it and he did catch wind or hear about it, then he is perfectly justified for coming in with an attitude towards her. I think so. Because at that point, it's like, then what we here for? At this point, you don't like me, so now I don't like you.
I just wouldn't have participated at that point because the yoga.
You're breaking from the hypothetical. Okay. You feel me? Because remember, we already established we don't know when he heard it. So you can, like, this whole example you can give right now about if you was during a yoga and you would have just blah blah blah. The problem is we don't know when. So he could have heard it after, he could have heard it during, he could have heard it before. We don't know when he heard it. That's the problem. That's all I'm saying.
When did I say that?
You said it. You should know when you said it. If I heard it, I mean, I just come out of thin air and have it come out of the blue. So, just going back to your point, if I'm okay at one point and I hear that, am I supposed to still put on my show?
I think in that moment, as an adult, you talk to her about it. If that's something that you heard and this is your supposed match, and you know, because there's one thing to like hear something and then take it with you, and now you're just holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
True.
like, and I'm not gonna say like what you heard was not true or not true because you said you heard it from her mouth, or however the case may be. But as an adult,
I agree. If it was alleged rumor, then yeah, go ask her about it. If I heard her say it out her mouth, I don't understand the point of talking about it because it's like, I heard you say it. So it's like, at that point, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I would rather just meet. If you feel that way, I don't even got to go around because now I know you really don't rock with me. So me being around you is just going to be you pump faking it. So I might as well just move on. You feel me?
Hmm?
Are you done talking?
No,
You're not going to talk no more?
I'm listening.
Okay.
like if you felt that way and you were going to carry it with you into rooms, then you should have addressed it.
Well, I didn't carry it. I just heard it as that is what it is. So, but again, I already came in with an attitude, correct? That was the perception.
Okay.
Well, I didn't say
No, I'm not saying you said it, but that was the perception, right? So I already came in with an attitude. So then I stayed the same. I didn't change. My attitude didn't change from the time I walked through the door to the time I walked back out that door.
Okay.
Right? It never changed. Even if I did hear that, I'm not going to have a conversation with her. There's no reason for me to have a conversation with her about that.
But you also don't get a chance to disrespect me either. And
I didn't disrespect. I'm not disrespecting you.
Hold
But
on,
then
because
again,
you've cut
you
me
disrespect me
off.
by cut.
You've
I
kind
cut
of
you wins.
disrespected me this whole time.
Am I missing something? Am I missing something? 39-29. Yeah. Did he cut her off? Did he? Am I missing something? It must be edited out because I don't feel like he's been disrespectful to her this whole time.
No.
A conversation with her about that.
But you also don't get a chance to disrespect me either. And
I didn't disrespect. I'm not disrespecting you.
Hold
But
on,
then
because
again,
you've cut
you
me
disrespect me
off.
by cut.
You've
I
kind
cut
of
you wins.
disrespected me this whole time, and
I'm the villain.
I've been a late. Like I told you before, you're not a villain in my story. You're not even a character. So let's really get it all the way together. I'm a lady in every way. You will not disrespect me sitting here.
Am I high? Am I missing something?
In my mind.
Child.
When did he disrespect her? What? When did he disrespect her? I'm genuinely confused. When did he disrespect her? Did they cut it out? Is that?
It wasn't no cuts. You would have saw it.
So she just came out of nowhere with this? When did he disrespect her? I'm lost.
You're not a villain in my story. You're not even a character. So let's really get it all the way together. I'm a lady in every way. You will not disrespect me sitting here. You will not cut me off. You will not treat me like that. If you don't have to talk to me, that's fine. I asked you when you came in, hey, how are you? Human.
Wait a minute. You've cut him off more than... I don't even... You've been the main one cutting people off. You've been the one cutting people off.
Perception is reality.
Hypocrite. One more time, chat. Hypocrite. Because, thank you, you even cut off the host. What are we talking about? She making imaginary battlefield arguments.
Me sitting here. You will not cut me off. You will not treat me like that. If you don't have to talk to me, that's fine. I asked you when you came in, hey, how are you? Human to human. If you decided at that point that you wanted to be disrespectful and rude to a woman, that is something that looks bad on you, not me. I carry myself like a lady at all times. You will never disrespect me. And I'm telling you this again, you will never disrespect me. At the end of...
When did he disrespect her? I'm so lost and confused. Did it happen? Did it happen this video?
Child.
Because if she's talking about at the yoga thing, he was just making an argument. Can anybody in here tell me, did I say hello to her or not? Because he was making the whole argument, he did greet her. And everybody's just acting like he didn't greet her, but he's saying he did greet her. But where's the disrespect coming in? Where is this rant coming from? This is crazy.
Today, for disrespect me. And I'm telling you this again, you will never disrespect me. At the end of the day, if there was something you needed to say, you should have said it and communicated like an adult. If you cannot, then you don't. And at any point you could have said, you know what? I don't want to go on a date with her. I don't want to be seen with her. I'm not showing up at yoga. Cease and desist. The same as we just talked about if you feel unsafe, full stop. If you didn't want to be seen in a room with me, you thought I said something, full stop. And then we have an adult conversation. If I heard, conceived, thought, or even perceived that you said something about me, I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to text you. Because even when I was hurt from the accident, you text me because you wanted to know when I was going to get better, when I was great, because you guys wanted to finish the taping. It wasn't so much about how I was, it was when I was going to get better so we could continue taping. Let's be real and let's be clear. So that at the end of the day, you could have had a conversation with me. I have never in my life, and I'll say in my life, had a man try to be disrespectful to me in the way that you just did.
No, is the disrespect in the room, bro?
Maybe she's just referring to the yoga scene. Maybe she felt disrespected in the yoga scene.
This just seems like a rant, like a random rant. And my thing is, I want to, like, you feel me? You have a right to stand up and defend yourself 100%. But this is just going out of nowhere. Like, it's just, I don't understand this.
In my life, had a man try to be disrespectful to me in the way that you just did, and he's cutting me off and all type of stuff. You're trying to prove a point that's really been lost. That at the end of the day, you show more about your character than mine. And if I said, why did they match me with you? It was because of the way you treated me, the sexual jokes you said to me on our dates, the grace that I gave you that you did not receive, that you did not extend back to me. I have given you nothing but grace, nothing but...
No. Y'all just peeped that? Something fraudulent just happened. I'm a fraud her.
She gave her explanation as to why. If she would have said, yeah.
I'm a fraud her. Here's why I'm frauding her. If you quote unquote gave somebody grace on this situation,
you can't throw it in their face.
Say it louder.
You can't throw it in their face.
If you say you gave somebody grace on a situation, you cannot weaponize that grace against a person for the sake of an argument, because then that means you never gave grace to begin with. That means you stored that to use in an argument. That is not grace. You are gathering information to use as a weapon. I'm frauding her for that, because if you were calling him out for the hello thing, by all means, go off, queen. We not tripping. But using this moment of you being on hots just so you can start elevating it, so you can start tearing his character because you feel a type of way, now you become worse than him.
Because the grace that you gave him during the date now becomes null and void when you bring it up in this kind of manner.
Thank you.
In this setting, as a way to defend yourself.
That's like you saying you forgive somebody for doing something, but then you remind them that they did it every single day.
So you don't forgive
You don't forgive me. And the fact is, she's proving the point of why he didn't want to talk. There is no point in talking to you, because now you've look, here's why. One, you give this whole rant about him disrespecting you and cutting you off and being rude and all this as a woman. But the footage shows at 39:29, you were the first one to disrespect and cut him off. You were the first one to do it.
Yeah, the argument has to go both ways. You can't sit here and say you're gonna respect me as a woman, but you don't respect him as a man.
Bang.
And not even just man. It shouldn't be a gender thing. Just as people,
right?
Just in general.
Because look, let's go back. 58. I'm gonna put timestamp here. We got you in 4K doing this.
You live life long enough. I feel like I'm the villain.
Character in my.
And that's fine. No problem. It's okay.
Actually, you're not even you're not even a character in.
This is 4K footage of you disrespecting him and cutting him off. You did 2 offenses. Let's keep it 100. Saying you're not even a character in my story. That is an insult.
Niggas saying like you ain't a factor. You're not relevant.
Basically, you're not relevant. That's an insult. You're already disrespectful. And you cut him off. You did 2 offenses in 0.5 of a second. And then you're calling him all this stuff, saying as a woman and all blah, blah, blah. Bro, can we keep it 100? Every single point of footage that you have been on has been ego. Ego, ego, ego. Pride, pride, pride. Me, me, me. I. And now you're trying to call somebody out for being quote unquote disrespectful when you are the most disrespectful and rude person in here. You even cut off Dion. While the host was trying to talk, you were cutting the host off. Me. And now you're sitting here trying to pump fake him. You were better off just staying silent, letting him make himself look foolish, but you chose to be the bigger situation in the whole thing. Yeah. I will never let a man disrespect me, but when you disrespect him, it's okay. I will, as a woman, the fact that it's a man disrespecting me as I disrespect him first.
58-41.
The sexual jokes you said to me on our dates, the grace that I gave you that you did not receive, that you did not extend back to me. I have given you nothing but grace, nothing but kindness, and I don't deserve anything that you just gave me. And with that, we're done.
Can I speak now? I want to interrupt you.
Well, let's be clear, because I do want to make sure that...
Bro, she just threw a tantrum? Did this 40-plus-year-old woman just throw a tantrum on live YouTube? What in the 6th grade is going on? I'm going to say a whole bunch of statements and accusations and do all this and you disrespecting me and blah, blah, blah. We're done. Don't talk no more. Just take what I said and you don't say nothing else. We're done. You're not allowed to speak. Bro, go home. Go home. Go home.
It said we're the grown-ups. This is crazy.
Go to freak home, lady. You have made yourself look so immature at every episode, and it's crazy to me. And it's crazy to me that you're a motivational speaker to people acting like this. That's the really crazy part about this. Yep. This is somebody's motivational speaker speaking like this. This is insane to me. This is the motivational speaker acting like this. Wow. It's a crazy world we live in, man.
I want to interrupt you.
Well, let's be clear, because I do want to make sure that everyone has the right understanding. I do understand your point, Tamara.
Well, I did earlier.
Understand your point, Tamara, of if you said, why did they match me with him? You guys picked each other.
Thank
That's
you.
what I was saying.
Whichever way that went. First, second, third, whatever happened, you guys said, this is someone I want to pursue. This is something I'm interested in, a person I'm interested in getting to know. If at any point during that experience, you said to yourself, this is not a good fit for me. We have Abby. Abby's not here, but she made that decision. She said, Taco Bell ain't for me. I'm not going to nobody's Taco Bell. Full stop. And that was that. So I think it's also very incumbent of us all to be honest with that. What was your intention coming in? What did you get from that experience or that person? We had this beautiful couple here. They decided to pursue. We have this beautiful couple here. They decided this is not for me. That happened with you guys, and it's okay.
Crazy.
Everybody's not for everybody. But I think having a open heart to say, I'm going to do the work, use the tools to say, all right, well, from face value, you're attractive. You said some things that made me say, I'll take a second look, and then pursue that and to go deeper. That's what relationships are all about. That's how you get to being 5, 10, 15, 25 years married. It's not all gravy at the front. So that grace that y'all saying real cutesy about, y'all really need to do it. Because every single day in marriage, you're giving grace to your partner, to your spouse, to your loved one. So even if you're not going to the altar today, tomorrow, maybe 2 years from now, whatever the case may be, extend that grace to the people in your lives that you love. Because we all need it. You know what I'm saying? We all sat down here, talked about being believers and all that. If it wasn't for his grace, where would we be?
Talk your talk.
I'm going to leave it there. This was great. Thank
you. I think Professor should have been able to defend himself. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it a band. Professor should have been able to rebuttal that, because that was full of claims, and to just leave it at that, I'm taking my ball, I'm going home. I think that's no. I don't rock with that. He should have for sure been able to defend himself.
you so much. You guys are amazing, beautiful, Black, and excellent. Thank you so much for being here with us.
No, thank you.
We're going to end it right there.
Try to get a segment with just the guys, hopefully.
What clean, ain't he?
Welcome back to this segment of Meet2Marry. As you can see, your boy GNT is back, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. So, on the closeout, we have some questions that we wanted to start with y'all. My wife gonna ask them, and I hope we get some honest answers. What you got for him, babe?
So the game is called Who's Who. This is going to be between all of the contestants here and some that may not be here. Okay? So let's get started. You're going to write your answers on your boards, and you're going to reveal your answer after a couple of seconds. Okay? Y'all ready? You want some honest answers? Don't think too hard. It's all right. Y'all did your SATs and stuff already. All right. So who's the best at avoiding hard questions?
Kendra.
Who's the best at avoiding hard questions?
Kendra.
This ain't the MCATs. Just think about the people that's on the show, across from you, next to you, guide you, way here.
It's for sure
Was
not
he,
Tamara Rashad. They answer too many questions. It's Kendra.
Who can evade a good old question real good? So also got, but all right, we got
We got our answers?
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Reveal. We got Sandy. We got
me.
Most letters.
We have Professor.
Professor.
Sandy was pretty bad.
Professor. Hey, and he pointed at you.
I'll put Kendra
All right.
before Sandy.
That's
The
hilarious.
next. All right, clear your boy best as
I
you
answered
can.
questions fully.
Okay, the next question is who's the latest person? Who is tardy for the party? All the time.
Kendra.
All right, 5, 4. Girl.
Her name is kind of long.
Super.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show your answers.
Kendra, Leah.
Love you, girl. Leah.
Kendra, Sandy, Leah. Sorry, girl. Unfortunately,
Okay.
me.
It
And
must
then
be
we
the
got
terms of filming
multiple
and stuff.
A
arrows
lot of arrows, brother.
pointing at.
All right. Next question.
This is not that they
Give
did
y'all a
this.
second over.
Yeah.
That's tragic. That's so tragic. Yeah. So low down.
Well, you could be fashionably late, it's all right.
We're going to have to talk about that later.
All right. Next question.
Next question is who's most likely to start a gender debate?
Tamara.
Tamara and Professor.
You gonna be here or not?
Well, men have always, well, women, cause
Tamara and Professor.
who's doing that?
Yep.
Professor first place,
In
then Tamara.
betwixt, in between this group of peoples, here or not here.
Oh man.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2,
And they made that long.
1.
Professor, me, Kendra. Professor.
Was unanimous. I don't know.
Honestly, I was gonna do that too.
I told you, man, it's a birthday thing.
No gender. We do have the same
We
birthday.
have the same birthday.
Me and the people that have the same birthday.
And but
Yeah.
and you're the birthday. What is that new TikTok thing? You're the birthday.
Oh.
I want to know where
Jeez,
that's.
funny,
It says
bro.
this off top. They're not here.
I chose song.
It's a good
All
debate,
right.
though, right?
So
It needs to be
Next
had.
question.
next question is who's the most hard to please?
Kendra.
Who's the most difficult person
All
to
of them,
please? It
child.
don't matter what you do. It's just hard. Just like, dang, I just
Professor
up
Kendra,
against the wall.
Tamara.
You didn't know this? You spell her name.
Oh.
Yes, you got 7 letters, right? Is it why? Oh, okay. I'm do. I think I know. I don't know either.
You locked in our answers? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Sandy.
Sandy too.
Yeah.
You got me.
giving
Still don't know.
That's true too.
I need you to know
It's
something.
like I want to have kids, but then I'll hear about it. But then I don't know. But then if I hear about it, I don't like it.
Forget Sandy was on the show because she's not here. But yeah, I'll add her to the list too. So Sandy,
All right, our
Professor,
next
Tamara, and
question is who thinks they're the finest among everyone?
I like this one.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the finest of them all?
Them all.
All right.
Kendra. Who thinks that?
Okay. I feel like they just gonna play that game. If you guys want to watch it, by all means, you guys go ahead, watch that. We got a whole nother reaction we got to get to, so I don't want to. This reunion was interesting, bruh. I'll say that. Shout out to GMT though. I'm glad that they do it. Can't wait for the next season. This season was good. There was just certain people that just stood out in this season that made the season horrible. And it's very obvious who they are. Y'all gonna see it in the thumbnail who they are, who the problems were. But yeah, man.